Hi, welcome to Chapter 14 of IBM301, the Principles of Marketing Management. In this chapter, we're going to talk about marketing channels and retailing. A marketing channel can be viewed as a large pipeline through which products, their ownership, communication, financing, and payments, and accompanying risk flow to the consumer. Marketing channels facilitate the physical flow of goods through the supply chain, representing place or distribution in the marketing mix. Channel members negotiate with one another, buy and sell products, and facilitate the change of ownership between the buyer and seller in the course of moving the products from the manufacturer into the hands of the final customers. Retailers are the firms in the channel that sell directly to the customers. So here, the customer means the end customers. Retailers simplify distribution by cutting the number of transactions required by consumers, making an assortment of goods available in one location. Take a look at this Exhibit 14.1. It demonstrates the purchase of a television set by 4 consumers. So the upper picture shows that 4 consumers are contacting 5 different manufacturers, for example. So without anybody in the middle here, 5 producers times 4 consumers are 20 different transactions. But with a retailer such as Best Buy here, the number of transactions are 4 from the consumer to Best Buy and from Best Buy to 5 different manufacturers. So the total is 9 transactions. So the retailers are simplifying the transactions between the manufacturer and consumers. This is a very simplified version of transactions between the manufacturers and consumers, because there are not only 4 consumers. There are millions of them, and there are more than 10 or 20 of the manufacturers. So it'll be a lot more complicated, but for your understanding, we simplify this process. Intermediaries in channel negotiate with one another, facilitate the change of ownership between buyers and sellers, and physically move products from the manufacturer to the final customers. So here, there are 2 different types of the channel intermediaries. First is a merchant wholesaler. It is an institution that buys goods from manufacturers, takes a title to goods, store them, and resell and ship them to customers. And agents and brokers are wholesaling intermediaries who facilitate the sale of a product by representing the channel members. In that case, they do not take the title of the goods. The most prominent differences separating intermediaries in whether or not they take the title to the products. Taking the title means they own the merchandise and control the terms of the sale. Retailers and merchant wholesalers take the title to the goods, while agents and brokers do not. 3 basic functions, transactional, logistical, and facilitating, are performed by intermediaries. For the transactional functions, they contact or promote the products, they negotiate the price or quantity, and they take the risk. For the logistical functions, they physically do the distribution, and they store the goods and sort the goods. For the facilitating functions, they do the research, the market research, and they offer financing for the consumers. Exhibit 14.2 illustrates the 4 ways manufacturers can route the product to consumers. First is a direct channel. Direct channel is used to sell products directly to consumers. No intermediaries are used, and examples are telemarketing, catalog shopping, online shopping, and television shopping networks. At the other end of the spectrum, the agent and broker channel may be used in markets with small manufacturers and retailers that lack resources to find each other. The agent and brokers bring the manufacturers and wholesalers together for negotiation, but they do not take the title to merchandise. Most consumer products are sold through distribution channels, similar to the retailer channel and the wholesaler channel. Exhibit 14.3 illustrates the 5 channel structures common in business and industrial markets, which is the B2B market. Direct channels are typical in business and industrial markets. Manufacturers buy large quantities of raw materials, major equipment, processed materials, and supply directly from other manufacturers, particularly if detailed technical specifications are required. The channel from producer to government is also a direct channel. Companies selling standardized items of moderate, low value often rely on industrial distributors. Industrial distributors are wholesalers and channel members that buy and take title of products. If you compare the Exhibit 14.2 and 14.3, Exhibit 14.2, which is the B2C market, is a lot more complicated than that of the business to business market, the B2B market. So B2C market is a lot more intermediaries for transferring the products from producer to consumers than that of the B2B market. Before choosing a marketing channel, supply chain managers must analyze several factors, which often interact. These factors can be grouped as market factors, product factors, and producer factors. An explanation follows from next slide. First is the market factor. Market factors include the target customer considerations, such as these questions. Who are the potential customers? What, where, when, how do they buy? Also important to channel selection is the distinction between consumer or industrial customers, which is the B2C versus B2B. Consumers buy in small quantities and don't require much service, whereas industrial customers purchase in larger quantities and require more customer service. If the target market is concentrated in specific areas, direct selling is appropriate. If widely dispersed, intermediaries would be less expensive. In general, a large market requires more intermediaries. The market factors that affect channel choices are customer profiles, consumer or industrial customers, size of the market, and geographic location of the market. Next is the product factors. Products that are more complex, customized, and expensive benefit from shorter and more direct marketing channels and through a direct sales force. Standardized products can be sold through longer distribution channels with greater number of intermediaries. The choice of the channel may change over the life of the product. As products become more common, producers turn from a direct channel to more alternative channels. Perishable items and fragile products require fairly short marketing channels and a minimum amount of handling, such as flowers or dairy products. So, product factors that affect channel choices are product complexity, price, standardization, product life cycle, and product delicacy. The last factor is the producer factors. Producers with larger financial, managerial, and marketing resources are able to use more direct channels because they are capable of that. These producers can maintain their own sales force, warehouse their own goods, and extend credit to customers. Producers with several products in related area choose a channel that are more direct, and sales expenses can be spread over more products. A producer's desire to control pricing, positioning, brand image, and customer support may avoid channels in which discount retailers are present. Furthermore, manufacturers of upscale products, such as expensive items, may sell only in expensive stores to maintain an image of exclusivity. So, producer factors that affect channel choices are producer resources, number of product lines, and desire for channel control. Now, let's talk about 3 levels of distribution intensity. Organizations have 3 options for intensity of distribution: intensive, selective, and exclusive. First, intensive is a form of distribution aimed at having a product available in every outlet as much as possible. Second, selective is a form of distribution achieved by screening dealers to eliminate all but a few in any single area. Third is exclusive. It's a form of distribution that established one or a few dealers within a given area. Let's give an example of these 3. First is the intensive. I was looking for the Coke distributor or water distributor, but if I do that, then entire map will be colored red. So rather, I chose to find gas stations in Southern California. As we can see, there are gas stations in every corner, even more than one. So this is an example of intensive distribution. For selective, I searched for the porch dealers. There are many, but they are located in single per geographic area. So they are less intensive than intensive distribution. For the exclusive distribution channels, I chose the Chanel Boutique, which is not selling any sunglasses or cosmetics. They are the shops that sells the custom-made Chanel dresses. So we could see less than 10 stores in entire United States. So in that case, They don't have the headquarters here, but the headquarters is in Paris, France. For example, if somebody lives in Montana wants to buy Chanel dress from Chanel boutique, they have to either fly to Las Vegas or Southern California or to Chicago. In that case, these stores actually make the customers to travel for a long way or make them difficult to purchase their goods. Why do they do that? Well, actually, if the stores make the customers travel or make it more difficult, their relative value of the product goes up. So that's one of the reasons why some stores are taking exclusive distribution strategy. This slide compares the three options for intensity of distribution. For the intensive distribution, the objective is to achieve mass market selling, and they are usually selling convenience goods. So number of intermediaries are many because they need more channel members to deliver the goods from the manufacturer to consumers. Second, selective. They work with selected intermediaries, shopping, and some specialty goods such as electronics or cars. So number of intermediaries are several. But exclusive, they work with a single intermediary, specialty goods and industrial equipment. So number of intermediaries is just one in that case. Now let's talk about channel power, control, and leadership. Channel power means a channel member's capacity to control or influence the behavior of other channel members. Channel control is a situation that occurs when marketing channel members intentionally affect another member's behavior. In that case, channel captain is a member of a marketing channel that exercises authority and power over the activities of other members, such as price quotes or quantity quotes. Channel conflicts always happens. There's an inequitable channel relationship often lead to a channel conflict, which is a clash of goals and method among the members of a distribution channel. In a broad context, conflict may not be bad. If traditional members refuse to keep pace with the times, removing an outdated intermediary may reduce cost for entire channel. Conflicts within the channel can be either horizontal or vertical. Horizontal conflict occurs among channel members at the same level, such as two or more different retailers that handle the same manufacturer's brand. Vertical conflict occurs between different levels in a marketing channel. In that case, channel captain actually plays the role to seize the conflict. Channel alliance and partnership helps managers to create the parallel flow of materials and information required to leverage the channel's intellectual, material, and marketing resources. Channel partnering is the joint effort of all channel members to create a channel that serves customers and create a competitive advantage. By cooperating, channel members can speed up inventory replenishment, improve customer services, and reduce the total cost for marketing channel. Retailing has enhanced the quality of our daily lives, with the millions of goods and services provided mirroring the needs and styles of the U.S. society. Retailing affects all of us directly or indirectly. The retailing industry is one of the largest employers, as shown on the next slide. So, retailing is all the activities directly related to the sales of goods and services for ultimate end customers for personal or non-business use. As the retail environment changes, so too do retailers. Current innovations in retail include the use of social media, new business models, shopper marketing, and new store formats. So, for the role of retailing, U.S. retailers employ nearly 15 million people. Retailers account for 10.8% of U.S. employment, and retailing accounts for 10% of U.S. businesses. Retailers account for 2/3 of the U.S. GDP, and industry is dominated by a few giant organizations such as Walmart or Target. Retailers can be broadly classified by form of ownership. So those three classifications of ownerships are independent retailers, chain stores, and franchises. Independent retailers are owned by a single person or partnership and not a part of a larger retail institution. So, for example, mom and pop stores in our community is a good example of independent retailers. Chain stores are owned and operated as a group by a single organization. And franchising, the advantage of both independent and ownership and the chain stores organizations are combined. So, franchise has a right to operate business or to sell a product. These are major types of retail operations. A department store carries a wide variety of shopping and specialty goods, including apparel, cosmetics, housewares, electronics, and sometimes furniture. A specialty store is not only a type of store, but also a method of retail operations, namely specializing in a given type of merchandise. For example, the specialty store for electronics are Best Buy. Supermarkets are large, departmentalized, self-service retailers that specialize in food and some non-food items. Drugstores stock pharmacy, related products and services as their main draw, but they also carry an extensive selection of cosmetics, health and beauty aids, seasonal merchandise, greeting cards, toys, and some non-refrigerated convenience food. Good example will be CVS or Rite Aid. A convenience store can be defined as a miniature supermarket carrying only a limited line of high-turnover convenience goods. A discount store is a retailer that competes on the basis of low prices, high turnover, and high volume. Good example will be dollar stores or Daiso Japan. An off-price retailer sells at price of 25% or below traditional department store prices because it pays cash for its stock and usually doesn't ask for return privileges. Used good retailers turn customers into suppliers. Items purchased from one of the other types of retailers can be resold to different customers. Restaurants straddle the line between retailing establishments and service establishments. Non-store retailing is shopping without visiting a store. The major forms are shown here. Automatic vending implies the use of machines to offer goods for sale. For example, the soft drink, candy, or snack vending machines found in college cafeteria and office buildings. Indirect retailing, representatives sell products door to door, office to office, or at home sales parties. Direct marketing, or sometimes called direct response marketing, refers to the technique used to get consumers to make purchase from their home, offices, or other non-retail settings. Telemarketing is the use of the telephone to sell directly to customers. And direct mail can be the most efficient or the least efficient retailing method depending on the quality of the mailing list and the effectiveness of the mailing piece. Shopping at home television, which is the cable shopping channel networks, are a specialized form of direct response marketing. Online retailing or e-retailing allows customers to shop over the internet. Because consumers demand convenience, non-store retailing is growing faster than in-store retailing. For your information, these are the top e-retailers, which is the online shopping by sales volume. Undoubtedly, the Amazon is the number one. Second, Staples. Third, Apple. Fourth, Walmart and Dell. A franchise is a continuing relationship in which a franchisor grants to a franchisee the business rights to operate or sell products. The franchisor originates the trade name, product, operation method, and etc. The franchisee pays the franchisor for the right to use its name, product, or method. The initial franchise fee generally ranges from $50,000 to $250,000 and higher, and the royalty fees paid weekly or monthly are in the range of 3 to 7% of gross revenues. For example, McDonald's franchise startup cost for equipment and expenses ranging from $506,000 to over $1.6 million. So there are two basic forms of franchising. First is a product and trade name franchising. In that case, dealers agree to sell in a product provided by the manufacturer or wholesaler. Second format is a business format franchising, an ongoing business relationship between a franchisor and franchisee. The retailer's ultimate goal is to sell products to consumers at a price that ensures the profit. Price is the key element in a store's positioning strategy. Higher price often indicate the quality and prestige, while discounters and off-price retailers offer good value for the money. Because service industries are so customer-oriented, customer service is a priority. In that case, they have to worry about 4 areas. First, minimizing wait times. Second, managing service capacity. Third, improving service delivery. And the last, establishing channel-wide network coherence. Retailers gather data from data mining, the process of discovering patterns in large data sets for the purpose of extracting knowledge and understanding human behavior, and populate database with it. These databases are the foundation of a CRM system, which is the customer relationship management system that allows retailers to gain insight to people who purchase their products. By using that information to interact with the customers on social media or website, retailers can build a lasting relationship with their customers. So they first collect the data and they store that in the CRM database and try to analyze that data. So with that, retailers can gain insight to who purchased the product, what kind of product, what color, in how many quantities, and they can build stronger, long-term good relationships with the customers. There are new developments in retailing. Retailers are adopting new strategies to better serve the customers. M-commerce enables customers using wireless mobile devices such as smartphones to connect to the internet and shop. Along with the developments in M-commerce and smartphone technology, companies are starting to look into new ways to connect with their customers. Social shopping allows multiple retailers to sell products to consumers through social media sites. So, online retailers offer greater variety of options for delivery, including one-use package delivery boxes.